everybody. So it's December 2nd, 2016, and I'm fishing in a small canal here. Winter's coming in the next few days. It's supposed to get really cold and everything is going to be frozen up. But I'm out here right before that and I'm throwing a popper in this canal here. They've shut this canal off, so there's not a lot of water running through here. And caught that small bass. Not going to be catching giants in this canal, but so if you're looking for somebody catching 4 or 5 pounders, it's not going to happen down here. I had a pretty decent one on there and it got off. By decent, I'm talking about like probably 14, 15 inches. Have caught some decent largemouth and smallmouth out of here before, up to probably 17 or 18 inches, but that's a rarity. Most of these fish are going to be pretty small. When you think about Nebraska bass fishing in December, you don't normally use a lot of topwater baits. But in this case, this canal is pretty shallow, a foot or 2 foot in most places, and you got these a few deeper holes that are 3 to 4 foot deep. The only problem with that is in the deeper holes, they get so full of fish. There's so many carp and suckers and catfish in those holes that if you try and throw a bait on the bottom, you end up snagging a carp or a gar or a sucker. Most of the time, it's hard to catch the bass. But if you throw a topwater bait, not too many species are going to come up and hit that other than bass. So throwing a topwater is a good way to target the bass in these canals. I'm throwing up, it's kind of a shallow flat to go in this direction. And once in a while there'll be bass cruising around up on this flat. I'm just working that popper. Just kind of walking the dog real slow with it. And something's coming after it here. What is that? Oh man. I think it's a pike. I think there's a pike. I got him. Oh man, I got a northern. That's the first one I've ever even seen in here. That's crazy. Northern pike. Oh, he snapped my line. No. Oh, he swallowed that popper, man. He's just sitting there. He's trying to spit it. I'm gonna get my other pull. See if I can catch him on the crankbait. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there trying to spit that popper out. Throw this crankbait out there and see if I can hook him up. Oh man, he's not interested. He's just trying to spit that popper out. Try another cast here. He's still sitting there. Man, that's crazy. I've never even seen a northern pike in this canal before. Oh, he spit it. He spit my popper. I'm going down here where I'm gonna try and snag my popper with this crankbait here. Try and snag this popper. Got it. That took quite a few casts for that to happen, but finally got my bait back. Man, northern pike in this canal, huh? Never seen that before. I had him. Have to get my popper tied back on here. Another pull. Well, that's a first. Man, I wish I could have caught him. It wasn't a giant pike, but it was, a couple foot long anyway. That was pretty cool to see him come up there and eat that popper. Get back over here where all these bass are at. Got another one. There's kind of a hole here. I mean, there's quite a few gar just to the right of me here. And down a little ways, there's a little bit of a hole with some rocks. That's where most of these bass are sitting, and then just past that, there's a deeper hole. Still a little guy, probably 12, 13 inches. But in December, I'll take any kind of bass I can catch. It can be really hard to catch bass in December here in central Nebraska. But fishing these canals will usually bite a lot later than the fish in the pits and ponds and lakes. So I got another one. Fairly decent one, I think. On the popper. Using kind of a shad colored popper here. There's a lot of little minnows and some shad. And a lot of little suckers and stuff in here, so this is a pretty good color to use. Just about a 13, 14 inch bass. Pretty good for this canal. Just popping it side to side, pausing it once in a while, letting it sit. Normally in the shallow water you'll see a weight come up if they come from very far away. Or they'll just kind of slurp it in if you go right over the top of them. Hooked up again here. Got another fish. Hammering this popper. Another bass on the popper. Gotta love it. Catching bass in December on a topwater bait. I love topwater fishing anytime, but when you can catch them this late in the season on topwater, even if they're not big fish, it's still fun. I guarantee I'm having more fun doing this than I would be trying to fish in a lot of the pits, trying to catch a bass. This just constant action down here in this canal. The size isn't great, but hey, it's fun stuff. Catching a bass on a topwater bait, no matter what the size, is always exciting. Another 12, 13 incher. And I move down the other side of this bigger hole here and hooked up just a little one. Just a wee little bass here, but he's a fish. Normally I'll just use some light spinning gear when I'm doing this. Like a 6, 7 foot medium or medium light action rod. Like 6 to 8 pound test. Like I'm using 8 pound today. Hey, we got something other than a bass here. We got a little black crappie. Decent little crappie. About 9 inches long. Moving down the canal. Some rocks here. And there's some little bass along this bank here. Not real big. Got one. Just a wee little bass. But he ate my popper, and that makes me happy. Look at that giant. Oh yeah. Back you go, little buddy. Hooked up with another one on the next cast. Same size. Twins. Back he goes. It's coming up on another deep hole here. So working this popper along the bank. Got hooked up with another fish here. Again, it's a little one, but pretty impressive. These little bass are that aggressive to eat this topwater bait here in this cold water. But they are doing it. So don't overlook these small canals and streams. If you have any around where you live. When the fishing's tough everywhere else, they can be a good spot to go to catch some fish, have some fun. Throw some topwater baits and get your rod bent. Another little one, maybe 10 inches. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.